Welcome back. Today I'm going to go over how to get a $7,051 first class flight absolutely free by using my American Express Platinum card. But the most important piece is to understand the fundamentals of what I'm going to teach you today about how to use your points appropriately to get luxury and first class flights wherever you may go, because you understand the points game, okay? If you don't know who I am, my name is Matt Petruso. I own an insurance agency. I also own a real estate investment company, and I created my life exactly how I designed it, and I have financial freedom, and I help individuals like you design a life on your terms so you can create a life that you enjoy. I am a lifestyle architect, and today we're going to be going over an actual case study that I literally used just a few months back to fly from my small town in Erie, Pennsylvania to Barcelona first class using points. And this is a case study to show you how it's possible, how even though maybe I can afford paying $7,000, it makes no sense because I know this game. And if you know the game, you can play the game, and when you're living life on your terms, you can take full advantage of all of the good benefits that flying first class allows you without having to pay first class flights, right? So that's the most important piece. So how do we actually do this? The first thing you have to understand is most credit cards will give you sign-up bonuses or accrue points as you use them, correct? So specifically, this Amex Platinum, usually throughout the year, you can apply for 150,000 bonus points if you spend usually about $15,000 within the first 3 months. If you have a business, that's not really that big of a deal, and it's not that hard to do. There's other ways to do what are known as manufacturer spends, but we'll go into that in another video. But allowing yourself to understand that 150,000 points is worth way more than $7,000 if you know the game, that's what I'm going to teach you today. So if I apply for this card and I got the 150,000 points, how can I use it to get these free flights? So the first thing that we have to understand is that points can be redeemed for all different airlines, and different airlines are part of different alliances or programs. So basically there's three main major airline programs that you need to be aware of, okay? And they are Star Alliance, Sky Team, and One World. So, if you understand that there is a Star Alliance, Sky Team, and One World are the major players that usually have most of the airlines, other than some of the budget airlines, but most of the airlines will be falling under one of these three categories. If you understand that, you know that now the points, and you can book flights from different airlines that are part of the same partnership. And I'm giving you an example because when I flew from Erie, Pennsylvania to Barcelona, it was a United flight. So United Airlines from Erie, Pennsylvania to Chicago, and then Chicago to Barcelona was all through United. However, United is from Star Alliance. It's part of the Star Alliance team. And Star Alliance is a number of different programs like Avianca, which is the Life Miles program through Avianca Airlines, which is a South American airline. However, they partner because they're part of Star Alliance that you can actually go to Life Miles, which is the Avianca website, and book United flights. So because the flight cost on United, if you were to book it through United, the points were outrageous. It was like, 200, 300,000 points with the United flight. And the cost of the flight, I'm going to show you, because this is the flight that I took. As you can see here, Erie, Pennsylvania to Barcelona, $7,051, okay? So that is insane. So I'm not going to pay $7,000. But by understanding that Star Alliance is part of the United Network, I went over to Life Miles, which is the Avianca point system, and I looked to see what their points were to offer that first class flight available on a United flight. So that same United flight that I booked through Life Miles, which is the Avianca portal for their points redemption, it was 60,000 points to book that $7,000 flight. So that is one way. So it was a 60,000 point redemption that I was able to book the flight from Erie, Pennsylvania to Barcelona, first class, meaning the flight from Chicago to Barcelona was a flat lay down, really relaxing, really enjoyable 8-hour, 9-hour trip, whatever it was, I can't remember, but it was really enjoyable. Instead of having to pay $7,000, I paid 60,000 points. I just told you, when you sign up for a lot of these cards, they will give you bonus points. So when I got the 150,000 points from American Express, because of my bonus, I was able to transfer my Amex points, okay? You can transfer points from credit cards to airline miles, okay? So I transferred my American Express points to Star Alliance's Avianca Life Miles at a 1-to-1 ratio. So it was 1 point, one American Express point to 1 Life Mile point. So I transferred 60,000 points from my American Express card and bought that first class flight. And I found the exact same flight home for another, I think it was like 65,000. So round trip that would have cost me well over $10,000 cost me 125,000 points, okay? And the points that I got, I accrued for free because I opened up a American Express business card. And I have a number of different cards. And if you're, I always tell these people, a lot of people that have questions about this stuff, the best way to understand the game of points and travel and reward, maximizing your rewards is you must be a business owner, right? Because if you're a business owner, and I have multiple businesses, I have LLCs, I have S corporations, I'm actually able to open up a number of different cards that actually have no impact on my credit. So I can have credit increase for the businesses, but it has no hard effect on my credit score. And my personal cards, I pay off all the time. I have 840 credit score, it's ridiculous, because my credit is very good. And I use the points and I use my credit cards appropriately to accumulate and sign up for bonuses when they do occur, so I can take full advantage of when these flights pop up and I want to go over to Spain, I want to go over to Colombia, I want to go over to Europe, whatever it may be. There are a number of different airlines within each Star Alliance SkyTeam in one world where you can start playing the game and be like, well, I don't want to pay $7,000, but I'm going to take an extra 30 minutes of my day to see if there's some airlines that might work with some of these other flights that I can move some of my miles from one account, one credit card to another account, and basically take full advantage of the points that you've accrued and get a free flight, right? And I think yesterday I posted a video because I went up to Staples, and Staples had a deal going on where I could actually buy $200 gift cards with no activation fee. Normally there's like an $8 activation fee, but because there was no activation fee, you buy a $200 Visa gift card. Well, it's worth $200 and you're gonna spend that $200 anyways. So why would you not buy it from Staples, for instance? Because another one of my credit cards, a Chase card, which Chase Ultimate Rewards points, different than American Express points, can also be transferred to a lot of these. But one of my cards actually has a 5 times multiplier, meaning if I go and buy these, $200 gift cards, every $200 gift card, I get 1,000 points. So I get 1,000 points that accumulates towards that, being able to spend and buy hotels, buy flights, and basically not have to spend extra for the flights because I already have expenses for my business. I already have expenses for my life. If I'm buying Visa gift cards, well, those Visa gift cards can just pay for my expenses at my properties and, my business. And why would I not multiply my points by 5 times and then take full advantage of when those points accumulate and go on really cool trips and have a great experience on the flight versus it being a miserable experience? Because not only when I got the first class flight, the nice thing about it too was you also get the first class amenities of, the Sky Lounge with United, like I think it's the Polaris Lounge. The Polaris Lounge, which is in Chicago, really nice, showered, had a full spread at the buffet, and it's just a fully good experience versus like a miserable full day when you have to fly economy, right? And you can do this without having to pay $7,000. So I know this is a little bit of a different video than my normal videos, but this is stuff that I like to do. This is stuff that I'm interested in. So if you're interested in more stuff like this, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Follow me over on Instagram, MOVMATT, and just keep designing your life on your terms. Peace.